And one of the things that's been in common across both the public sector work I've done and on the railways is they're both incredibly complex systems where people are in like laser focused on one tiny little part. But it's my professional background and training that allows me to see all of these things, and it's the data science that allows me to see the links between them and to prove the links between them. So your professional background should not be a barrier. In many cases, that allows you to do something that professionally trained data scientists, so to speak, or people with that maths or statistics or computer science background might not be able to do or might not have the training to do. It's about being able to see why you are doing it and to be able to provide that narrative and that value in order to create change.
So the outcome orientation is important. Seeing the bigger picture, trying to see the bigger picture so you know what you're doing and why is important. Neil, what are your tips though for someone about the individual level and the skills that they're going to need? So if they didn't come from, they didn't roll out of the lab at university with maybe many programming skills, or they've not touched analytical tools, what would be a set of things they can think of or a program they could follow to fake it until they make it?
Well, I mean, the first thing, the most important thing, I think, is to understand how data works. So as you know, data is. I'm not saying data is like a spreadsheet, because I mean, if you've listened to me for more than about 20 minutes, you'll know my absolute visceral hatred of Excel and other spreadsheets. But if you think that like data is like rows and columns and you join tables together, so thinking about how data works, understanding data as a concept and how data relates to one another, and to be able to make those joins, that's absolutely fundamental to our profession. Okay, so you can't fake not understanding data. But you can quite easily fake, we'll say, statistics or Python, for example. I've never learned Python. I dabbled a bit in R back in the day, but my R skills are very rusty. But there are enough, how do you put it, low-code stroke no-code tools available, and I make no bones about it. I love them. Okay, I don't know Python, but I can stick together a workflow in one of the no-code tools that I use, and that will produce exactly the same output using exactly the same framework. I've never had to write a line of code in it at all. So understanding the coding isn't necessarily the problem. It's understanding how data works and the steps that you have to go through in order to achieve the outcome that you want.